couple of months ago, I made the claim that I don't think piano prodigies really exist.
Even the small 3-year-olds that are able to play full Beethoven sonatas.
And there are many reasons for me thinking that. However, the main premise is that I don't think children are capable of understanding emotions that they haven't experienced in life. Which means that children are only ever really able to copy and regurgitate the physical aspects of playing the piano. And because the piano is a man-made instrument, no one is born being able to play the piano innately. However, the TV show 60 Minutes released a couple of years ago a film on a piano prodigy. And in today's video, I'm going to break it down and react to it. So let's get into it.
So tell me how this works.
So I'm going to pick 4 notes from this hat. Oh, you can pick 4 notes.
I'll pick them.
Yes.
All right.
And then I'm going to improvise a piece based on them.
All right. Now, we didn't work out anything by arrangement earlier.
C.
Oh.
So she's very obviously got perfect pitch, which is one of those innate skills that you can't really learn. Although I did try in a previous video.
Mi. Sol. It's interesting.
Now, the interesting thing with these 4 notes is the first thing that anyone is going to try and do is work out if there is a scale that has all of those notes in it. And the first thing that comes to my mind is E minor, because that has an F sharp and a D sharp in it. So if you change the E flat to a D sharp, because that's the same note, then you could play something in E minor and those notes would sound okay. Come to think of it, E minor is actually the only scale I can think of that is conventional and that uses those notes. So it'd be very interesting to see if she does use E minor.
So I'll just think about it for a few
Oh, please, yes.
For me, the most important thing in music is the melodies. It's not if it has to be everything very complex and very serious, but actually so that people actually want to listen to it and enjoy it.
Now, because she's got perfect pitch, she can hear what the notes are going to be in her head, so she doesn't actually have to play the piano. She's essentially rehearsing the piece in the same way that I would without perfect pitch by playing the piano.
The difficult part, having to tell a real story with the music.
Now that's interesting because I thought the notes were B, A, E flat, G, and she played B flat, A, E flat, G, which means she's changed the B to a B flat. And the reason that she's done that is because B flat and E flat are in a lot more scales, which means she has a lot more options as to how she wants to play it. I don't know whether changing the notes is strictly in the rules though. That's really interesting. I wasn't expecting her to take that route by playing it very classically.
I mean, what were you expecting?
So there's a couple of things in this. First, she plays chord 1, 4, and 5. It's kind of got that vibe. And then she does this kind of chord pattern that goes down in thirds. And on top of that, she uses something called the Alberti bass, which is a chord technique where you alternate the notes in this way. All 3 of these things are used an awful lot in classical music. If you listen to any Beethoven, Mozart, Haydn, or any other kind of classical early romantic composers, they all use these exact techniques, which tells me that she probably plays quite a lot of classical music in that like 1725 to 1825 era. So she's done an ABA structure, which is sort of typical piano sonata form, and they're the most common types of piece for pianists to learn, where you get one section which is in the original key and it has sort of one motif, one melody. Then it goes to a second section which is usually in a different key, and then it returns back to the original idea. It's fascinating to watch because she obviously knows a lot about how music is structured, how music theory works, and how to use that in a way that replicates that kind of classical genre. So now it's kind of like she's doing a theme and variations where she's taking that one idea and she's playing it in lots of different styles. So it seems that the chords are something like G minor, D major, C minor, and then back to G minor. And then maybe you get C minor, B flat major, and then D major, and then G minor. And then you can use those chords and play that in lots of different ways. So for example, the first way, using the Alberti bass. So you could do something like that, and then you could use those same chords and do something completely different to sort of make the music maintain interest with one idea. This is how a lot of classical composers used to write their music. They used to take one fragment or one idea and then they'd build upon it, playing the chords in different ways and adding embellishments to the melody as it went on.
Wonderful. Now, you just made that up before our eyes. It's not written down. Will it never be played again?
Well, I can't remember everything that I did in this improvisation. I can never remember.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is that it's all very theory-based. She obviously has a very good understanding of how classical music is written, and it is very impressive. There are not a lot of people of her age that can do that level of improvisation without really playing any notes that didn't make sense. But my question is she a piano prodigy? And to me, the answer is, I don't think so, and that's because I think learning music theory and learning the structure of classical music and how things have been written in the past, which are all human concepts, it's exactly that. It's learnt. Some people can learn faster when they're younger. Does that make them a piano prodigy? I don't know. If you want to see me work out the top 10 most played songs on Spotify by ear in just 20 minutes, then check out this video and I will see you there.